Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, we've done better. Arkansas's trying to float away, but
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. How are the bees doing? That's the important thing.
yeah, the bees are doing real good. We have managed to move them away from the levees, and but we've had several levees that's broken right next to the bees.
Mm. I'm sorry you guys are going through that. That's tough.
Yes, sir. Well, it is what it is, and we would like no more, but hey, the
Yeah.
poor
I mean, we'll
the farm
see.
is even worse. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, no. I was just gonna say I'm sorry that you guys are going through that. That's tough.
Yes, sir. Well, so you said you like honey and you like
I love honey.
CBDs, right?
Yeah.
So what do you get when you put them both together?
Delicious.
Delicious, that's right. Well, we've had the option and the privilege to work with a couple of states out of the U.S. They've actually called us and they want to sign contracts with the honeybee girls to provide the honeybees on the fields there in their states. And that is allowing us to actually provide CBD honey that's not been infused with CBDs. You see what I'm saying? The honeybees are doing the work.
So how does that work exactly? So that how are you're not infusing it, but
We're
it
not
has
infusing
CBD in
it,
it?
but yes, the honeybees themselves are actually, they go out onto the hemp fields and they do the work. And it's kind of like a natural infuse, if you will, because they can't break down all the CBDs, of course. And it just goes right into the frames. And then we spin out the honey, put it into the straws. Have you seen a honey straw, what it looks like?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we've got these mini honey sticks, and they're half the size of the large honey sticks. Um, a regular honey stick costs 50 cents for the
Mm-hmm.
public. A CBD honey stick costs $3.
Mm-hmm.
And the cost difference of making it is 8 to 10 cents.
Fantastic.
That's all
Yeah.
that it costs us to make it. Yeah.
So, what countries are you looking at cooperating with?
Right now, we've talked to Montana and Arkansas. Of course, Arkansas holds 8,000 acres of that needs to be pollinated with hemp.
So you're talking about different
It
states.
holds 10
I thought you said outside the
different.
U.S., but yeah, Montana and who?
No, Montana, Kansas, and Arkansas. Arkansas has 10% of all the hemp in the U.S. is done in Arkansas. Now, we're waiting to see exactly what's going to happen from the floods. A lot of the farmers have lost crops, but I don't know the extent of that yet. But roughly, okay, now I'm going to throw some numbers at you. On a 65-gallon drum, okay, a 65-gallon drum of honey, we make $149,760.
Mm-hmm. And how many bees does it take to make that, and how long?
That's what I was going to tell you. They make one hive makes roughly 1 5-gallon bucket, okay? And the 5-gallon buckets, of course, it's 65, so you're looking at 13 hives to make that 65-gallon drum. It takes them about 2 weeks to fill up one box so we can process it down. So you're looking about every 2 weeks during the growing season where we can get $149,760 off 13 hives.
Okay. And how many hives do you have?
Right now, we have access to 6,000, but we have to have, that's where we need the investor to come in to be able to pay for them. Of course, they're $100 per hive is what we're able to get.
Okay, so $100 per hive. And for every 13 hives I buy, I'm going to get a return of $149,000. So for $1,000, I get $139,000 back.
Correct.
Now, I want to know a little bit
more.
more. I mean, that's obviously sounds awesome. Tell me, what is the science behind the CBD or is any THC transferred as well?
No, none. And part of that is, okay, so Arkansas's got a lot of laws. Of course, we are more conservative in this. We have to send it out to be tested. It has to be below the 3% with CBD oil and or CBDs in order for us to be able to sell it in Arkansas.
Okay.
But we are looking at putting it nationwide on the shelves at the gas stations, at your mom and pop stores, because that's where the money is. I want to tell you why the 65-gallon drum, why you get so much money off that, because that's not like that with the regular honey. You don't get that much money with just regular honey and to go into the sticks. There is 49,920 teaspoons per 65-gallon drum. 1 teaspoon per straw.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it breaks down. And for the regular honey, you're only getting about $7,800 per 65-gallon drum. So there's a huge cost difference, which you get, of course.
Now you're saying 49,000 teaspoons per drum?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then, but you said you can only sell a straw for $3, right? So that would be that figure you gave me, just under 150,000.
Mm-hmm.
But that's retail. What is the profit?
That's retail.
Because you have to sell it to the retailer.
Okay, so
you have to sell it to the retailer for less than that, right?
Yes. Our profit is it's $2.90 on a $3 straw. So it's only costing us 10 cents. And the reason it's costing us only 10 cents were the other guys. There's 2 other companies that I know of that are doing the CBD straws, but they're infused by the people. It cost us less to do it because the bees are doing the work. So that's why it's 10 cents per straw.
Okay, so
and we have
what are you going to sell? So you're going to sell it to a mom and pop grocery store. How much are you going to sell it to them for so they can sell it for $3?
That's where we're looking for your input. What do you think?
Well, typically they like to double their money. So, I mean, I would think that you need to probably give it to them for about $1.50. So if we're working on the $1.50 numbers, that 150,000 profit drops down to like 75,000 profit per $1,000 investment, which, and that's a repeating every 2 weeks, which isn't bad. Now you buy for $100, it's yours forever.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear anything you just said. I don't know what's wrong with my stuff.
It's okay. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I can hear you.
Okay, it's getting better. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah,
but
no problem.
$1.50. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So you sell it at $1.50 instead of $3, and now you're looking at that, roughly 75. I rounded it to 150,000, 75,000. Now I wanted to ask you: you buy that hive for $100? Is it yours forever?
Yes, it is.
It's not rent. You're not renting it.
Okay, so with a hive, what has to happen is it can split 3 times a year. That's what we were telling Mr. Brand the other gentleman a couple of weeks ago. That hive can actually be split 3 times in a year. So we can potentially make another 3 hives off that hive next year.
Mm-hmm. How does that work? Because you get one queen and then like another queen will come up or something, or how do you get more queens?
We actually grow the queens. So one of the things that was happening with the honeybees, it started really in 2002, and it has to do with all the chemicals that's being put on the bees, or being put on the farm crops. And I'm going to throw HMO or GMOs, all those kind of crops out there. They're killing the honeybees. Well, they're causing what we like to call, my daughter will tell you, basically the bees lose their mind. They don't know who their queen is, and they leave the hive. One of the people with the USDA came up with a queen that she doesn't have to be treated. So you don't have to treat her with any kind of chemicals. And she's mite resistant as well. That is huge in the bee field or bee industry. We're talking, that's big. And we were able to get a queen from him, and we started grafting and growing our own queens. So we're actually able to provide queens and keep up with it as well.
How many queens can you come up with? And how long does it take?
As many as we need. It's one of those things. We have what we call a queen hotel, and I can graft or I don't graft, but my husband and my daughter and the rest of the family grafts. They can do 200 to 300 a day, if not more. And then we put them into a queenless hive. And of course, the queenless hive wants to take care of their mama, right? So they start drawing out the little queen pods. It looks like a peanut. And they'll grow them out or draw them out. And then we put them into an incubator and grow until they're about to hatch. And we put them into a new queenless hive. And there you go. They come out and they do their maiden flight. She only comes out one time in her life. And she'll go out to do her maiden flight. And then she goes right back into the hive. And unless she ends up swarming, and we try to I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I think not only is this a good business money wise, I just want to be able to support the bees. I think the bees have had a real tough time.
They are, and we've had, go ahead.
See,
I can't hear anything that's being said.
So, like, connection's bad. Is that getting better?
Are you there?
Up a little bit, but yeah.
My phone is losing its mind.
This is the challenge of dealing someone in the middle of a bee field, I guess. Well, I like it. I like the opportunity. I don't know how much capital are you trying to raise?
Well, we're actually sitting in front of a house, my parents' house, that we've put up on the market for 160, just trying to raise more capital, of course. But we're needing at least 350, and that covers us transporting them across the U.S. because we have to pull permits, of course. And then, of course, the bees up front. So we're looking about 350,000.
That's great. Yeah, I think we were already recording, but I wanted to make sure. So, all right. So, what I would say is, I want to get some more details on where the operation would happen, the regulations that you're going to be facing. You said something about having to be under 3% to sell in Arkansas, but some states allow a lot higher. How high can your bees actually infuse, and how do you control the bees to only give 3%?
I wish I could control the bees. No, what'll happen is if, in fact, when we send it off and it comes back at a higher, which we've talked to several people in Colorado that's told us that it usually comes back at 4 or 5, then we just simply add extra honey into it and mix it down. And so basically kind of diluting it, you know, or leave it with the bees and they eat it and they do it again, because you know what honey is, right? Okay, when I tell you this, it's going to kick you out. But honey's actually the honeybee's throw up.
I don't want to know.
You know how a baby bird eats from their mama, right?
All right, I didn't hear that. Yeah, I understand.
Well, how a baby bird eats from its mom. The honeybees do the same thing, and it goes back and forth. So it's absolutely amazing the way that they work together, and the girls produce this. And it's very inspiring. It's very awing, actually. If you ever get time to just sit and watch a hive, you would be blown away, because they are so organized. And you've got your worker bees, you got your nursery bees, you know. Of course, the queen, she's running around laying eggs. That queen will lay 2,500 eggs a day. That it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's a hard working lady. Well, I do want to follow up with you by chat or one page.
Okay. Are you there?
Chat messenger, and then I know that the video call is a little rough, but
okay, awesome. Thank you. Can you hear me?
bye bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye bye.